That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 219 of Camp Strange. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Dominic Toretto.
That was a long pause. Is it glitching out right now?
We might be glitching out. I'll fix it in post. Just
okay. Should we start over or just go again? I mean, start.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's let's rip it. Let's grip it and rip it, baby. Let's go.
Okay. Wait, do it again or keep going?
Keep going, because if we keep going past that hump, it'll just get better. If we restart it, we're gonna get tripped up again.
Okay, what's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 2. My name is Alex Tobin. We're back to bring you the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and Mormon.
Oh,
but before we do, we got to catch you up on any of the weird news you may have missed. And David, I can't read this article, but I just want to read this one. I'm going to pull a Stokes right now. Just read you the headline because they want me to pay money to read more. And here's just the headline. Chinese woman swallows 8 live frogs to ease back pain. And then there's like a little subheader that says, elderly patient taken to hospital after suffering parasitic infection.
Oh.
And that's all I have.
What type of parasites does a frog have?
I don't know. I think the parasites came from her back pain.
The jumping parasite.
See, do you think they got the parasite because they were alive frogs?
They ate them alive? They're living when they were consumed?
I guess so. I don't know. That's one crazy thing about like that kind of Eastern medicine is that like we talked about this last time with the snake in the big jar of juice and they drink it.
Yeah, 3 penis wine.
Yeah, exactly. So 8 frog Tylenol. What is this?
Yeah,
my back hurts. I just wonder the thought process behind it, but I don't think we'll ever figure it out. I think it's above our pay grade. Last time I checked, we're not Chinese, and it just
I've tried.
It might be like a secret Chinese secret twice.
Yeah,
that's how secretive it is, and they're not going to tell us Americans. But
No.
What if they did figure out the cure to lower back pain?
Oh man!
But it was 9 frogs.
9 frogs. I would be out with my little hat and my net all night, hunting down those croakers.
She was 1 frog away from fixing her back pain.
Yeah.
It's like that gambling meme where the guy's just like
the mining. He turns around from mining. The guy below him's like 1 strike from diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like a bunch of frogs behind her and then back pain on the other side. It's good. But my actual story is elderly woman. Here we're going to do it again. And guess what? I think she's Chinese again.
Okay. Wait, was the last one made up? I'm confused.
Oh. No, I just couldn't read that article because I didn't want to pay to read the article.
So now you're just ripping off both of them back to back?
I got multiple articles,
Okay.
so that was just I just thought it was fun. So I'm jumping to the next one,
it.
and this is actually a Japanese woman, but elderly woman conned by romance scammer posing as stranded astronaut. So, an 80-year-old woman in Japan sent money to an online fraudster who told her he was an astronaut stranded on a spaceship and needed cash to buy oxygen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's got to be like the easiest quick Google scam I've ever seen.
I'm deathly afraid of just becoming that old person. I don't think I will, but do you think that person's always been that gullible, or do you think it's just old age? It's like
no, I think
AI is going to be fucking us
yeah,
up.
it's just the evolution of technology. I mean, my childhood, I had I didn't even have my first cell phone wasn't even a flip phone. It was like a brick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Nokia?
No, mine wasn't a Nokia. I'm trying to remember what it was. I can see it. The biggest thing about it was that it had face plates you could pop off and slap on different colors.
I think that's a Nokia.
It wasn't a Nokia. It had an antenna. It wasn't one of those Nokias, okay, bud? This is my story.
Okay, fine.
Possibly a Samsung. I don't know.
Was it a Nokia?
But what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, like I'm unk status, but I'm not ultra unk status.
You are both chopped and unk.
I am chopped, I'm cooked, and I'm unk. But
at least you have oxygen, unlike this man who desperately needed 5,000 pounds or 1 million yen, I should say.
you gotta hand it to the scammer though, because that's. Yeah, I almost feel like he was sent out by his friends to like they came up with the most absurd storyline to see if he could scam someone using it, because you could just Google like stranded astronaut. And
well, okay, wait. So here's my favorite.
okay.
So it says the fraudster eventually told her they met on social media. The fraudster eventually told her he's in space on a spaceship right now and was under attack and in need of oxygen.
Under attack by who?
Who's attacking him?
Fuck?
Exactly. That's my favorite. It's like, oh my God, this is great. We just discovered other intelligent life. Love that. But my favorite thing is once he got the money, who the fuck was he buying oxygen from? Do you think like the Japanese space stations like
big oxygen?
We're not pumping up more oxygen until you pay us.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest scam, NASA.
Holy smokes.
Never go into space. Once you're in space, they charge you for everything's an extra charge. The toothpaste food.
Never go into space.
Shitting
That's
in
not
the
what
vacuum
NASA
toilet.
stands for.
It stands for never, ever stop astronauts.
Okay. There you go.
That works.
It works.
But I think, let's see, it's a romance scam. So she was also in love with him. She wasn't just like a, just a philanthropic oxygen peddler.
I mean, at least
she was in love with this man.
At least she had like that thrill of love, you know?
God, what it would feel like to be in love. That's so fucked up.
I mean, so I gotta ask.
I'm very much in love.
Have you been exposed to these Jake Paul videos that I'm just getting slammed in my face all the time?
Yeah, I seen him I saw him running from zombies. I saw him doing makeup tutorials. I saw him just weird shit.
Well, I'm here for it. I think he's a garbage human being, but it's funny that all of these very realistic AI videos that are insanely realistic. They're just all targeting him, really.
No, I've seen a lot of Stephen Hawking shit.
Yeah,
and Michael Jackson.
I saw Stephen Hawking get rolled up by an alligator in the bayou.
I saw him on Maury, and they said, "You're not the father," and he got out of his chair and ran across the stage. What the fuck are we doing? I saw. I don't know if we're supposed to say that we like it, but it is funny.
Yeah. So things like that, that's okay. You know,
the potted meat one was really good.
He's dead. We all know he couldn't run. That's fine. But when you start going after people that are alive, doing things that they are not bodily restricted from doing, it's kind of scary.
I feel like we're on the verge of a lot of laws having to be passed very soon about all of this.
I saw one of...
Wait till they get Trump doing stuff, and he's going to be cancel AI, break everything that is AI.
I saw Martin Luther King Jr. at a self-checkout at an Albertsons. I don't know why someone thought that was a good prompt. I saw Tupac at a Warriors game.
It's
but
I don't know.
When that video popped up, I thought holy shit, that guy's really committed to the imitation, the impersonation thing. I just thought it was a guy pretending to be Tupac, and I was like, that's spot on. And then I realized that it was E40 posting it, and it was AI.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The comments were not in support of it. Every single comment was like, "Unk, this isn't cool. Don't do this."
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: it's like once they get past like the problem that we have, I think, with it is like there are still people alive that knew those people.
Yeah.
But like if you did that with like Jefferson Davis, people would be like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
But if you do it with like like somebody that like died within our lifetime, or somebody's alive that can be like, don't do that to like my dead friend.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes an issue. So
they got
see.
hologram Stan Lee out here talking to people at Comic-Con or some shit. Someone said if you mention Jack Kirby, the hologram's gonna come kick your ass. But
I just wonder in like 100 years if like, you know, since everybody will be dead by then, that they'll just be like, yeah, we can use like Michael Jackson. Like they'll be like, it's fine. Like no one's alive that's going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
Like his great grandson. Oh, come on. You're
Yeah.
fine. Interesting though. Do you have a story?
yeah, firefighter dumped 75 possibly used tampons on ex's lawn for dating a new girl.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
I got when I was in elementary school, junior high,
Okay.
junior
Where
high.
are we going with this?
I got TP'd.
Oh, okay.
I got TP'd,
Terrible thing. by the way.
and the girls that TP'd me took tampons and put ketchup on them and put them on my lawn.
How did you taste them? How'd you know how'd you know that it was ketchup?
I'll tell you one thing: they were real scared when I showed back up, and they're all clean. And I said, "Are these yours?" And I said, "You eat too much sugar. You eat too much tomato.
Too
and
much, too many pasta nights and too much sugar.
How many hot dogs you eat? You're straight ketchup. You're 90% ketchup." That is foul and
The mugshot,
hilarious.
the mugshot confirms it all. Just saying.
Yeah, that means she saved 79 of these.
That's probably 25 days worth, if I had to guess. Not
Do you
an
think
expert.
that it's just she needs to take out her trash more? Unless this is like
She for sure had a separate bin just for this.
Yeah, like the bathroom. You think that she was just like taking a dump, and then she's like, I could use that for chemical warfare. I could use that trash can right there next to the toilet. That's gonna come in handy one of these days. I'm gonna get them.
I would hope that none of them were aged more than a month.
Oh, you don't like them when they get too old?
No, when they
like them fresh?
Yeah, when they crust over, that's when they're bad.
You sick fucker. Don't say crust in front of me. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah, that's like doubly like that was like the serial shitter who's like shitting in the parking lots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's bad enough to get caught with a crime, but it's like it's even worse when it's something like kind of vile, like kind of not like, oh my god, you're like the worst person. It's more just like gross. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
That's when it gets like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
If like you punch somebody, someone's like, yeah, you assaulted a guy. Oh, that's not too good. You shouldn't do that. But if it's like, yeah, you pee in like a glass and like splash in someone's face and get caught, I'm gonna be like, brother, I'm over here. Splash me. Don't splash them. What are you doing? You sick fuck. I'm over here.
I'll pay for that. You are disgusting, but I will pay for you to do that to me.
Hey, I need some oxygen and some pee. Bring it over here. I'll pay you handsomely for that oxygen you got. But I got another story. Is where's this Powell go? This is Kentucky. Whoa. Man arrested after decorations allegedly depict bodies of local officials. So this guy, he put up Halloween decorations in Powell County, and now is facing charges because. So it says third-degree terrorist.
We got degrees to it?
Terroristic threatening. Yeah, third-degree terroristic threatening. And with intimidating witnesses in the legal process, because he put 5 bodies wrapped in trash bags and that were labeled, the one hanging was labeled District Judge. And there's a rope around his neck of the body.
You just can't do that.
Yeah, and from left to right, the other 4 bodies were mayor, SIS, CA, and zoning manager.
What's SIS?
So clearly, I don't know. What's CA?
CA? Corrections officer? No,
Yeah,
that's
these-
CO.
See, these are all public. I mean,
Yeah.
So okay, it might make more sense if I told you why he's doing this. So he basically got a bunch of zoning citations because he doesn't have, nor does he want his house hooked up to water, electricity, or gas. So, or I'm sorry, sewage, I believe, electricity and water. So he's basically just like trying to, water, sewer, electrical services. And they're saying it's a fire hazard, sanitation, and health risk. And I think just my boy wants to live off the grid.
Yeah.
And they hit him with a $250 fine, gave him $30 to comply. 30 days to comply. And instead, he took that $250, bought some pillows and some trash bags, and did a fun veiled threat in the form of Halloween decorations. Yeah. It is funny though, because it's like, I don't know. That is, I don't know where I stand on that. Like, if it is kind of alarming, that like somebody who also wants to live off the grid is like hanging like, things about you in like their front yard, dead bodies and stuff like that. But it is funny.
It's funny when it's not you, for sure.
Yeah.
Like most things.
But he didn't put the guy's name on there. He just said mayor. Maybe it's just like
he's talking about
another mayor.
He's talking about Batman comics.
Yeah. He's talking about Falcone. Wait, who's the mayor of Gotham City?
That's a good question.
Am I dumb?
I don't know.
Who the fuck is the mayor of Gotham City?
I feel like at one point it has.
Not Commissioner Gordon.
It's got to be Gordon at one point, though, right? I'm sure in some.
Probably in like some.
Yeah.
There's a couple. There isn't one single mayor of Gotham.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aubrey James in the TV show Gotham, Hamilton Hill in the DC animated universe, Anthony Garcia in the Dark Knight film trilogy. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's a and Don Mitchell Jr. Oh, he's the corrupt mayor from the Batman movies universe.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also controlled by Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, of course. Carmine. Classic.
So glad we went down that hole. But yeah. Carmine Falcone, that's who's actually in the bag.
Yeah.
But hey, let my man put up his Halloween decorations. You could have a severed head, but the minute you call it Pete Hegseth, everyone freaks out.
With his fucking white power tattoo on his chest. All right.
Does he have one?
Kinda.
Whoa.
It's it's loosely based on a white power symbol.
Oh. He's like, dude, take your creative liberties over here, okay? You have one more story?
Kind of, not really. It's
great.
more of like a news story from our own point of views.
Okay.
It's very rare that in American news that something strikes close to where I am from. And I just wanted to address the issue of Portland and how our president thinks that there is a war in the streets, that there are bodies laying around. People are walking through blood and bones, going to the grocery store.
Mayor bodies hanging from
exactly.
trees.
And I was there a few days ago. And I can confirm the most...
Where's your left arm?
I left it there.
I've been meaning to ask you.
I left it there.
I've been meaning to ask you about that.
The absolute worst thing, which is not a bad thing, that I saw while I was in Portland for a few days, was we had a houseless gentleman approach us at a park to perform wheelchair tricks and then stood up and took a bow after he did the tricks, and then he walked away with the chair.
You said it was a bad thing. When's the bad thing happening?
That's what I'm trying to express, is that I just hope that if anybody here listening that are maybe not close to the West Coast, that are unaware of what's going on in Portland, anything that you are seeing that says that Portland is a war zone is a lie. And that's my news story. Don't believe everything you see on the news. Come out to Portland. If you like this podcast, you will love Portland.
Yeah, a lot of weird shit going on out there. Not dangerous shit, just weird shit. But that's so. I mean, I think most people, like, I feel like even conservatives know that, like, it's all just like a big, like, theatrical play.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's waste a bunch of money and send people to, like, I just read today, like, Chicago's crime hasn't been this low since 1930, and he's like, we need to send.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that the city doesn't have its problems, but
anything,
it's like, we need to send these.
If anything,
military. I'm like, okay.
If anything, he should be capitalizing on that and saying that because of him, that the crime is so low. But he's just such a fucking idiot that he has to try to make it a bad thing when it's, like, honestly, possibly a positive thing that he could rely on. But
yeah,
I do. Did you see the clip of them being like, at night it's a war zone outside of the ICE office, and it's like people in costumes doing the what is that wedding song? The cha cha real smooth. Now step to the left.
Oh, yeah.
Step to the right. It's at night. People show up in those inflatable suits. They show up in costumes, and they do dance parties outside of the ICE office. When they're not being bombarded by, like, tear gas and stuff, but yeah,
and it's funny too, because, like, the same shit happens to people that were, like, trying to go, like, evangelical Christians basically, like, throwing eggs at people trying to go into abortion clinics, and they're like, well, that's okay.
Oh yeah,
because I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what the point I'm getting at with this, but yeah, this is it's a fucked up timeline we're living in. I can't wait to be done with these 3 years. I want a stoic president. I want a president who just, like, goes to work and then goes home. I don't need you to air out all of your vendettas on the American public and make us pay for it. Like,
it's
brother, I just want affordable gas and groceries, brother. I want to live in a house. Can you believe that?
It hasn't even been a year.
I know, longest year ever. Maybe that's the only silver lining. This next 4 years is gonna be slow. You know how COVID went, like, way too fast.
Yeah.
These next years are gonna be real slow.
Oh, yeah,
So really savor the horribleness of it.
Of course. That's the best part for sure.
Okay. Well, let's get into these stories. Not politics. We're not here to tell you who to vote for. Vote for me. I will kill you. But I got some stories for you today. Okay, and as you know, we're talking about some Mormons. So, here we go. So, as many of you know, Joseph Smith was the leader and founder of the LDS. David, you know what LDS stands for, don't you?
Long dick syndrome.
Yeah. No. Joseph Smith, not me.
Oh,
He's the leader. I'm the leader of Long Dick Syndrome.
Little Dick Syndrome.
I'm also the leader of that. I'm the actual leader of that. The other one's a front of the Long Dick Syndrome.
That one's just for making money.
It's my laundering scheme. That's how do you think I get people through the door? They're not gonna come in. They're little dick. No, it's Latter-day Saints, of course.
Yeah.
AKA the Mormons. Yeah. But what I wasn't aware of was that he was assassinated by an angry mob. Did you know that?
I don't think I did.
The only thing I know about Joseph Smith is from that South Park episode where, like, he shoved his head in a hat and, looked at the gold tablets.
Wasn't that all accurate?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the only stuff I know about him.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, they didn't cover his death in that. So I was like reading this, I was like, oh, this is interesting. So at the time Joseph Smith and his followers were establishing their new religion in a town in western Illinois called Nauvoo, where he was the mayor. And while there, Joseph started to institute his horniest religious law the church would become known for: polygamy. You see, and that polygamy is, when you have married to two or more people. I think people associate it with being just in a relationship, but I think polygamy has to be like, at least like legal polygamy has to be like, or illegal polygamy. You have to be married to both people.
Yeah.
So
It's committed fucking around.
at the time, polygamy. Yeah, exactly. So at the time, polygamy was even more taboo than it was today, obviously. But as most of you know, it's also illegal like it is today. Can't be married to two people by law at the same time. Well, people heard rumors about Joseph Smith and his beliefs, but when a group of LDS deserters opened a local paper called Nauvoo Expositor, that's the name of the paper, trouble began. You see, the first issue of the Nauvoo Expositor published a story that stated that Joseph Smith was practicing polygamy, abusing his power as mayor of Nauvoo, and was prompting theocratic rule, among other things. This was one and only issue. This was the one and only issue that the paper ever put out, because shortly after, Joseph Smith declared the newspaper a public nuisance and ordered the city council to destroy the press, which they did. The destruction of the press enraged many in Illinois, who saw it as a violation of freedom of press, and Smith was charged with inciting a riot and later treason for allegedly ordering a Nauvoo militia to resist state authorities. This kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
And I have to tell you all this because it's going to play into the story. This isn't the actual story, but this is the preface to the story. Because these charges led to him being taken to Carthage jail about 20 miles from Nauvoo. While him and his brother waited in jail with, I think, two other gentlemen, there was, for their trial, a mob of about 200 men, some with their faces painted or blackened, stormed the jail, and the guards offered little to no resistance as the men rushed in with rope in hand to lynch the jailed men. The men pushed the door open and shot his when they pushed the door open, they immediately shot his brother, Joseph Smith's brother, in the face, then screamed, "I am a dead man," before hitting the floor and dying.
What?
You know what's crazy?
all of that was crazy, but yeah, what?
This is gonna out me a little bit, but I sometimes when when Instagram was showing you people dying.
Oh yeah.
It went through that phase.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen videos of somebody getting shot and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm dead. I'm dead." And then they just die. And I'm like, so that is actually something people say. They're like, "I'm dead. I'm dead." And then they die.
It's usually not in the face though. It's more like a gut shot.
But here's the thing. The guns back then, I think it was 1850s. So it was just a rubber band connected to a marble.
It's a blunderbuss filled with spoons and screws.
Yeah, and he got shot in the cheek and screamed, "I'm a dead man," hit the floor, and he died.
I'm a dead man.
I'm a dead man. So the two other LDS members blocked the mob's guns with sticks because they were shoving the guns through the door, and they had some sticks. I think Joseph Smith did have a pistol, as we'll get into in a second.
That's kind of sick, though. Like a religious leader,
they're
wielding a pistol. Kind of.
Oh
cool.
my God, it was like a fucking Dark Tower series up in this bitch. So he's going all Idris Elba.
Yeah.
So the two other, like I said, members blocked the guns that were sticking to the door with sticks as they shoved them through into the room. And Joseph fired the only pistol they had. He had 6 shots. He fired 6. He hit 3 men, injuring them. And when Joseph was out of bullets, he tried to climb out the window on the second-story building where they were. But as he sat on the ledge, the mob outside opened fire and hit him in the chest as he fell out of the window and hit the ground. And some say he died on impact. Others say that they propped him up against a wall still alive and then killed him by firing squad. It's just crazy brutal. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But in the end, Joseph Smith was dead and the Mormons were without a leader. This is when BYU Brigham Young, of course, took control and moved the Church of LDS and its followers even more west to Utah to escape persecution from the government. And this brings us to the story I'm going to tell you today.
Ah, okay.
So
I thought the story was more. I was like, damn, that was a quick story.
No. That prefaces, like I said, there's a big part of the story that has to do with that whole persecution, and it's hard to say. I'm not trying to say that they weren't persecuted. They probably were, but like it's also hard to say that you're persecuted when you're kind of like starting shit. Like he was clearly trying to like form his own society and be like, your rules don't apply to me, and then the government's like, nice fucking try. We already did that to England, motherfucker. So you can't do it to us. So I guess it is a little hypocritical, but they're technically not a notional way, so it was a lot harder. So when they went out there to go like bust some skulls, they're just like, you're not really being persecuted if you're breaking the law, I guess. It's kind of like any kind of like commune that just decides they want to do whatever they want and not follow the rules. And it's like, sorry, there's rules here. But hey, good effort. That's what I have to say. Good effort. And seems like they still got some shit going on today. Big churches, a lot of money. So they kind of won. They still do the polygamy thing, which is probably not great, but let's get into the story. So, and I should probably tell you, today we will be discussing the Mountain Meadows Massacre. So, in late 1857, a group of families from northwestern Arkansas and Missouri assembled a wagon train at Beller's Stand, south of Harrison. Not that that means anything to anybody unless you live in those areas, but they wanted to immigrate to Southern California. The group was known as the Baker Fancher Party and was composed of about 120 people, which were mostly well-stocked and well-versed in travel, making the long trail seem easy up until that point. Like I said, they were kind of like, people were surprised on how, people had already been out there a little bit, 1849 was the gold rush. So like people had traveled out to California. The Oregon Trail and other trails were like established, but traveling in a party of 120 people, they were just kind of surprised on how easy it was for them up until that point, just kind of traveling around. And they did have money, so they were kind of like probably more affluent than the standard people that were traveling on this trail. But as the group ascended into the Utah territory, things began to turn for the worst. You see, because of what happened with Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, the second president of the Church of LDS and now governor of the Utah territory, was highly paranoid and skeptical of U.S. President James Buchanan. And to be honest, rightfully so. Because President Buchanan had recently issued an order to send federal troops to Utah, which led to rumors being spread in the territory about his motives. Buchanan knew that what was going on in Utah was more radical than what the Constitution established, and wanted to get a handle on this out there by replacing Brigham Young as governor. He basically was like, you could practice your religion out here, but like, if you're governor and you have like a growing population and you guys are kind of changing the laws to reflect your religion, that's not okay because of the separation of church and state. Like, you still have to follow American laws if you're practicing your religion. Yeah. So he's like, get him the fuck out of there. But this action would make Brigham Young issue various orders that urged the local population to prepare for the arrival of the troops, eventually declaring martial law, which just means replacing civilian government with military rule. And I think civilian rights are kind of like seized for however long martial law is enacted. So like, as one of the common things is like, go in your house, there's curfew, it's martial law, you know what I mean? So you don't have like all your rights anymore. And he did this in order to control the military and control what everybody was doing as the federal troops came down. And just to preface this too, I never knew about this, but 1857 to 1858 would actually become known as the Utah War because of these actions.
Okay.
So this was like I don't know if it was an official declaration of war, but there was some shit going on, which, once again, I had no clue. So, as the Baker Fancher party traveled through Salt Lake City to restock, they were turned away without supplies since Young suggested that the Mormons stockpile supplies for the coming war, or the federal troops that were coming. The party decided to leave and continue on south, where they would bump into Mormon apostle George A. Smith and Jacob Hamblin, who ended up camping near the party. So these two like Mormon higher ups, they suggested the party continue to Mountain Meadows, where they could rest their cows and have good grazing. But they were skeptical about like this group that was coming through. I think that they were just like, it's hard to know if this was a setup that they wanted to do this for, or possibly they wanted to suggest something so they kind of had more of a handle on them and be like, we know exactly where they are, and they're not like, which we'll get into, because the whole reason they were so freaked out is because they heard a lot of rumors. This is where I'll get into right here. It's like, this is where half-truths and conspiracies spin into paranoia, since most people claim that the Baker Fancher party were generally peaceful people who behaved well along the trail. But rumors spread about their supported misdeeds. Some claimed that the party was working on behalf of the government and poisoned a spring near Corn Creek, resulting in the deaths of 18 cows and 2 or 3 people who ate the contaminated meat. No, they put the poison up in Corn Creek, and now all the meat tastes like shit.
Not a bad meat.
No, they got the Corn Creek meat. I don't eat the Corn Creek meat. But the thing is, I don't even know what the fuck you would be poisoning a creek with. Like, so, okay, because most people that lived in the area claim that this was to be impossible due to the size of the creek.
Yeah.
But the Mormons, who were functioning on paranoia and distrust, did not take kindly to these rumors, while other Mormons were believed to be jealous of the wealth of the party. So it's hard to officially know if it was paranoia, if it was a strategic attack, if it was because of the wealth. I think it was because of what was going on federally. It's very clear that they were paranoid, because we'll get into like they tried to get approval from Brigham Young, who wasn't necessarily in Utah at the time. Yeah. So they tried to go up the ladder with it, and they didn't just act on like kill 'em, hurry. They tried to do a strategic attack, but we'll get into that in a second. But so as the party left Corn Creek, the LDS members began to have meetings on how to use martial law to deal with the party. They discussed many options, but the plan for a Native American massacre was agreed upon. But not all the council members agreed it was the right approach. So the LDS Church would go on to meet with Native Paiutes, who they would tell their plan and the Paiutes would offer 100 men to join their ranks. The rest of the Mormons dressed in similar garb to make it as if it was all Native American actions instead of the other way around. So this is like pretty common. I know Boston Tea Party, they all dressed up like Native Americans, and they threw the tea. They're always just trying to use the Native Americans as a scapegoat, which is like super fucked up. Yep. But they convinced the Paiutes to join them, because I think they either said like, we're being persecuted by them as well, or once they go through us, they're going to go to you, which is like not wrong, in terms of like, what they did to the Native Americans, of course. Yeah. But they definitely needed like full-blooded Native Americans to kind of like, like when they do a zombie movie and they put like the really good zombie makeup people in front.
Oh yeah.
And then as they go back,
shuffle them back there, and
then it's just, and then the second row is just like kind of lighter makeup, and then in the way back they just give them masks. It's all like behind the scenes of a zombie movie. Yeah. So I think that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, real Native Americans stand in the front, and then we'll just like put on like shitty like brown face, and then stand in the back and like shoot from a distance or whatever. So that was like their plan to deal with this group. So the the Baker Fancher party would eventually land in the Mountain Meadows area as they anticipated several days of rest and recuperation before the next 40 miles that would take them out of the Utah territory. So they were pretty close to getting out of the state. And clearly, like, not fucking with the Mormons, but, like,
Yeah.
I think once you get something in your mind, you kind of have to, like, they have to follow through with it or they look bad. So, like, they definitely poisoned Corn Creek. We got to go get them. They're going to come back and fucking take one of our wives.
One of our
They're
8
gonna take-
wives.
But I've been collecting them. I got all the look. Elizabeth is the shiny one. She's holographic. I can't let them get. I've been collecting for a while, and I just got Elizabeth. She's the hardest one to get. She's like a labubu.
She's a foil.
She's a foil. That's the holographic foil. But so they would land in the meadow, and on September 7th, the party was attacked by the Nauvoo Legion militiamen, aka Mormons, because the Nauvoo were that was the town in Illinois, and all the militiamen went to Utah. So it was just Mormons dressed up like Native Americans with the other 100 Native American Paiutes. So the Baker Fancher party defended itself by encircling and lowering their wagon wheels chained together. Lowering their wagon wheels. Oh my God. Encircling and lowering their wagons, wheels chained together, along with digging shallow trenches and throwing dirt both below and into the wagons, which made a strong barrier so they couldn't just like shoot through the wagons and hit them. 7 immigrants, or they keep spelling immigrants but with an E, because like emigrants. Like what's the difference between immigrants and emigrants?
I've never heard of emigrants.
It's just a difference. The word emigrants is common misspelling of emigrant.
So-
I just spelled it wrong. Okay. Wait. I added an extra M. Wait. Which are... So, yeah, this is just immigration. People who leave their own country to live permanently in another. Act of leaving is... Okay. Is that like an old English spelling?
Maybe?
The term emigrant
They always
is
spelled
used
shit
from the
different
perspective
back
of the
then.
country.
Fucking idiots. They don't know what we do these days.
I know, this is kind of weird. Okay, whatever. Well, the 7 travelers in the party, 7 of them were killed during the open attack and buried somewhere within the wagon encirclement. So they had like a little stronghold of these wagons. 16 more were wounded, and the attack continued for 5 days, during which the besieged families had little or no access to fresh water or game food, and their ammunition was depleted. I wonder if they reached out to any Japanese women. We need more oxygen. Please. There's not enough oxygen in this prairie. Please. Kuchuan, we need more oxygen. Sorry, I didn't know if you were going to say anything to that. You just staying away from Japanese
I'm
old
just,
lady?
I'm keeping my distance.
Okay, fair enough. So organizations among the local Mormon leadership reportedly broke down as fear spread. This is my favorite. They broke down as fear spread amongst the militiamen, the militia's leaders, and some of the Baker Fancher party had caught sight of white men. So they're like, "Oh shit! Like our cover's blown." They know we're not Native Americans. They know that like Jim didn't wear his face makeup today, and they saw us. And had, like I said, had probably discerned the identity of their attackers, the Mormon Church. This resulted in order to kill all of the entire party with the exception of small children. So this kind of started off as like a paranoid, we'll fire on them, maybe just like, I don't know what their plan was, if it wasn't to kill them all initially, but maybe to like just kind of, we'll show you. I don't think they had a full plan, but it seems like it's kind of like a we'll show you, or like don't mess with us anymore, or get the hell out of here.
A good old why I oughta.
Exactly. And then it kind of turned into like, well, I guess we got to massacre everybody.
Whoops.
Yeah. But here's the crazy part. In 1857, sorry, I'm yawning. In 1857,
It's 8 o'clock.
on Friday,
my brother.
I know, sorry. On 5 days after the initial siege, on September 11th.
Oh, no.
Talk about one tragedy just kind of stomping on another.
Just really.
Do you think that if we met somebody in 1860, we're like, never forget September 11th, and he's like, amen, brother.
Yeah, it's possible.
And we're like, yeah, those planes, and he's like, what's a plane?
Well, I mean, they knew what planes were back then.
Wait, what was a plane?
A plane back then was just a big old field, you dingus.
What? Oh, I see what you mean.
PLAINS.
Different kind. When were planes invented, asshole?
They weren't.
Oh, trick question. You got it right.
It's like water.
No, the real answer. Actually, take a guess. Take a guess. I want to hear.
Like when the.
I want to hear how stupid you are.
It's got to be more of a term of planes. Like when? Why are you saying like when they started calling them planes? Are you talking about
Orville and Wilbur Wright?
Oh, the Wright.
When did they invent their first
the Wright
plane?
brothers. They invented their
Yeah.
first plane.
I like how this doesn't narrow it down at all for you. This is great.
They were an American, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, they lived in like Kansas or something like that.
So I'm gonna go.
Wait, they're gonna get mad at me. Wherever this is from, wait, Wright brothers. I got to get this right because I got to get it right, brothers. They lived in. It's not telling me.
Well, I'm going 1822.
North Carolina.
1822 is my guess.
Brother. 1903.
1903.
Everything feels like 822 back to 1822.
Really
Am
does.
I right?
It really does.
Like they didn't have like they just had literally like dirt for like their big invention was like the shovel for like 100 years, and then some guys like I invented the shoe. Here,
the reason
we're getting Will Smith spaghetti videos every fucking week that look better and better. Like it's too fast.
He's cooking
now.
the spaghetti
need,
now. He's cooking it before eating it.
I know. We need the shovel for 100 years and then the shoe for 50 years. Like that's the type of inventions I want happening. I need at least 20 years between each invention.
This just puts like a bigger thing on my story because the character for my story today is he was born 1890.
Oh, right before plane.
And so I assumed that planes were around for part of his story because it has to do with a lot of travel. That's kind of why I went with the 18, and then my favorite.
I don't think
my favorite number is 22. So I
think he's I think he's traveling on train or boat.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing
which
plane.
actually makes it way sicker.
Okay. Look, I love this context we're getting. This is
I'm
great.
saying, and I mean, then when you find out who I'm talking about, you're gonna be like, wait, what the fuck?
You're like Amelia Earhart, that line, bitch. She never flew on a plane.
She got eaten by coconut crabs.
Coconut crabs.
Coconut crabs ate her ass. And her plane.
He goes out.
They ate her plane, too.
They ate her ass?
Yeah, they ate her ass. That's where they started, but they ate all of her.
I think I gotta get me a coconut crab as a pet.
I would love that. The dogs would not.
Honey, come out of the room. No, it's me and coconut crab's private time. Okay, wait. So on Friday, September 11th, 1857, two militiamen approached the Baker Fancher party wagons with a white flag and were soon followed by Indian agent and militia officer John D. Lee, who told the battle-weary immigrants, the party, that he had negotiated a truce with the Paiutes, and under Mormon protection, the wagon train members would be escorted safely back to Cedar City, which was 36 miles away, in exchange for turning all of their livestock and supplies over to the Native Americans. So they fucking lied about this, and they're like, hey, you saw a white man over here. You see, here's the thing. You could have been like, oh, there's white men amongst their ranks because we were negotiating with them or something on your behalf. Instead, they're just like, no, we got to kill them all. And obviously they were lying about all this shit, being like, yeah, we negotiated with the Native Americans. You guys are free to go. We'll make sure that you're good. And the Baker Fancher Party, of course, accepted the offer, and the immigrants were led out of their fortifications, with the adult men being separated from the women and children. And the men were paired with a militia escort, and when the signal was given, the militiamen turned and shot the male members of the Baker Fancher Party standing by their side. The women and children were then ambushed and killed by more militia that were hiding in nearby bushes and ravines. Members of the militia were sworn to secrecy, and a plan was set to blame the massacre on the Native Americans. Like, how much fucking worse can you get? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
that's bad.
Yeah. So the militiamen did not kill small children who were deemed too young to relate what had happened. So they're like, "Oh, you're too dumb to remember. I'm not bringing you to Disneyland. There's no way you're gonna remember this shit."
Oh, did you see someone died
That's
at
the
Disneyland
logic
last
they
week?
No.
Yeah, I guess they got stuck on the haunted house ride. They got stuck in there for like 2 hours, and they kept getting
Scared to
They
death.
got scared over and over again. They died.
Did they actually die in the haunted
Yeah,
mansion? No way. That place is actually haunted now.
Yeah.
I love that.
they love it.
I don't love that somebody died there, but Jesus.
But you know, like the right Disney adult's gonna be like, I'm not gonna sue you because now my husband is a part of the haunted house ride.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was so fat and unhealthy.
He loved Jack Skellington.
So Nancy Huff, one of the 17 survivors, there's only 17 kids that survived, just over 4 years old at the time of the massacre, recalled in an 1875 statement that an 18th survivor was killed directly in front of the other children. And she wrote, quote, "At the close of the massacre, there was 18 children still alive. One girl, some 10 or 12 years old, they said was too big and could tell. So they killed her, leaving 17. How fucking atrocious is that?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Lives didn't matter as much back then. Now that we've got like a deep, library of our Instagram, Facebooks and stuff, and people go back and look at it. When we didn't have that,
Yeah.
people couldn't go back and look at our lives and our achievements. Like,
Yeah.
lives just didn't matter back then.
Yeah, I say social media lives matter. How many likes did you have? How many followers did you have? 168.
Ooh.
We're not even gonna bury them. Just throw them in the junkyard.
Let the birds pig at them,
Yeah. Let their 168 followers try to find them. They'll never find them. So the survivors were taken in by local Mormon families, and 17 of the children were later claimed by the U.S. Army and returned to relatives in Arkansas. And the children were said to be like horribly treated while under the care of the Mormons as well. They were like, yeah, they smelled like shit, and like they didn't have like any clothes, and all their eyes were like crusty, and it was like severely malnourished, and it was just like the most horrible thing. And the kicker to all of this is that a letter was sent to Brigham Young. Like I said, he wasn't in Utah at the time. He was like maybe East Coast in it. But a letter was sent to Brigham Young for advice on how to deal with the Baker Fancher Party. But it was said that on September 13th, 2 days after the massacre, a letter was received back from him stating the Baker Fancher Party was to not be meddled with and should be allowed to go in peace. Like,
It is crazy to me to think that
what the fuck?
there was a person named Brigham Young, because I just think of the college.
I know. It is kind of weird. He was like, and I declare they'll have an okay football team.
Occasionally
They have an
good,
okay football
but you
team?
don't throw the ball. No throwing the ball. That's not Mormon. You
Don't-
run it.
Don't you throw... Soaking is also allowed.
Yeah, heavy front defense, and you run the ball. You don't throw the ball. The ball wasn't meant to be thrown through the air.
He's like, they're like, Brigham, what are you talking about? He's like, football. And he's like, oh, yes, football. And they show him, and the guy has like a giant wart on his foot. And they're like, no, that's like plain confusion.
A football-sized wart.
You don't get it. Yeah, I'm not. No, it's like the ball on his foot. And he's like, oh, yeah, my football makes it so I can't put my shoe on. And he's like, no. This is just like the plain thing all over again. We have different meanings for these fucking nouns. And he's like, I'm confused. And then some British guy's like, I know what a football is. And you're like, no, you don't. You have a different noun.
Go play cricket.
Dumbass. Yeah. Go throw a ball go hit a stick. And I still don't know. I watched that game for 5 hours and still never learned how that shit works.
So you watched a quarter of the game?
Not even one fucking bug in it, too. What a cricket's at, bitch. Yeah. Wait.
The only thing I know about
how long
cricket
are
are
those
those
games?
games are like 12 hours long.
Well, they'll come. There's like one like cricket match that they had to come back like 3 days in a row to finish.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
It's insane.
So, like I mentioned, he said, "Let him go in peace," and they said, "Uh-oh, 2 days late." So, all of the belongings of the dead party, including livestock and jewelry, were auctioned off to other Mormons as their children watched people wear their dead parents' clothes and belongings.
Jesus
Horrific.
Christ.
Once again. An investigation was completed shortly after, but the Mormons tried to blame the Native Americans for these actions to avoid punishment. But once the federal government saw the scene and buried all of the bodies of men, women, and children in that meadow, it was clear what had happened. Many of the guilty members either got excommunicated from the church or went into hiding. And with the start of the Civil War around the corner, the investigation was put on hold for about 20 years. And in the end, Brigham Young was released with no charges placed, which is kind of understandable. Like I said, he didn't approve of it. He didn't tell them to do that. He actually actively was like, do not do that. So it wasn't really on him. I agree. Sure, he's probably doing other unethical shit, like having 20 wives. And that's the other thing that's like annoying about Joseph Smith and them. It's just like I said, they're just like horny as hell. And they're just like, yes, I get all of your wives. And like, I'm like, okay, like, is there any altruistic like religious leaders, or are you all just like horny and looking for like a way to make money and get more women? Like,
I mean,
it's horrible.
Aren't we all, brother? You know?
Hey, if it was legal, I'd do it. You know, how many women and monies do I need? I need all the women's and the monies. Money.
I mean, 20 wives are all going to be CFOs, and I'm going to just sit at home and play on my PlayStation.
I got 20 wives at about $12. I did not plan this out. You know how much a wife? God, they all want to go on vacation and get the handbag and to go to the movie and the date. Well, when are you going to take me on a date night? I got $12. I have 21 of you guys.
Yeah, they how
Calm
much
down.
an Airbnb costs for 20 wives? You ain't going to find that in Myrtle Beach.
You know how many bunk beds I had to find? It's like a bachelor party Airbnb. You know what I'm saying?
They got 30 bunk beds, and I just want one room with one big old bed. I want to rent Shaq's house. How do I
only
rent
good-
Shaq's house?
What the hell are you saying?
How do I rent Shaq's house? I want Shaq's bed
Shaq.
for my 20 wives.
I don't know. I don't know if you didn't clarify that, I would have been like, no. I don't think any of the listeners would have understood that either. There's only one good thing. We get to prank our exes with how many tampons we go through. I tell you, we can throw them all over the lawn, and that's just a day's worth. Anyway, so all the belongings. Oh, I already read that. Parents' belongings. An investigation. Oh, they found Brigham Young was released with no charges, but John D. Lee, the guy who was like walked up with the white flag, surrender, like, hey. Yeah, with that flag on him. You got that motherfucking thing on him. And he's the one that approached the party with the white flag. He was tried twice by I think it was 8 Mormons and 4 non-Mormons, and it was found to be a hung jury. So then he got
Good old kangaroo court.
He had to go. Yeah, no, then he got another trial of all Mormons, and they found him guilty.
Whoa.
Which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
So they found him guilty because I think they're just like, yeah, that what you did was like they were far enough removed from it. It was like it had been 20 something years, so they're just like, yeah, that was like fucked up. It's not like the Mormons were like, well, we kind of are too close to this to like take 100% blame. It was kind of like I said, they had enough time to be like, oh yeah, that was like my dad who did that, so like fuck them. That was like fucked up, you know. and they found him guilty of his crimes. And Lee was entitled under Utah territorial statute to choose the method of his execution from 3 possible options: hanging, firing squad, or decapitation.
All right, which
one would you
Yeah, I
choose,
was gonna say,
David?
which one are you talking? So run me through the decapitation though. Like, what's the method? Do we know the method of that?
We don't know the method of this. I'm guessing, if anything, it was going to be like how they did it in Game of Thrones, where like you put your head over like a fucking log, and then like they probably swing down with like an axe or something. I don't think they had a guillotine. That was very much French coded.
Yeah.
I don't know, especially out in like the Utah territory. It's like, oh, bitch, we're lucky to get like some pans out here. I'm not bringing my fucking guillotine. Like, so it can't be good. Overall, there's just like more room for error in like a painful way.
So if,
Firing
if it's
squad.
like if it's like a cartel decapitation, then that's like a little slow and painful because they really saw away at it, you know.
Oh, there's no way. Right?
Yeah, that I mean, unless it's like a guillotine or like a 40-pound axe that's just coming down and it's gonna hit where it hits. I would say that's probably at third place.
Because it feels like the quickest,
But
there's a lot of room for error.
my other question is, do I get a last meal before this happens? They
did not mention that. When did but the last meal? The thing is, the last meal started back like a long time ago. But I think because he was such a highly esteemed, it was different for every territory and every prison and every whatever. But like, I think since he was such a high status person, they probably gave him a last meal.
So my question is,
he did eat a last meal.
Can I ask for a pill for my last meal?
Bitch, it's 1850. It's 1877. What kind of pills are you hoping for?
I'm saying I'm gonna pick the hanging, but I want to pop a Viagra before. I want to be whipping around. I want to be flailing around, strung up by my neck, rock hard. I think that'd be hilarious. I think that'd be a funny way to go out.
That's funny. Well, that's really funny because the only way I can get hard is hanging by a rope from my neck.
I'm trying to paint a picture where I can't avoid it. It's just going to be forced upon me, and I just think it'd be funny.
I'm just hoping that when I'm hanging, I'm swinging from the gallows, I take out one extra person's eye before they take me down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ow! He got me.
And the problem with the shooting gallery, you got to rely on the shooters. Like, what if they like fuck up and they just hit you in the shins and you just lay there bleeding out?
Yeah, I think the thing is they go for center mass, of course, and they probably get close enough where they're not going to miss. I don't know if sometimes they do like 5 people, 4 with blanks, 1 with the real one, so no one knows who actually shot the person. But like 1 bullet, I don't know if it would do it for me. But if like you survive firing squad, what?
Yeah, 1 bullet wouldn't take me out. That's for sure. I'm standing still with a rag over my head. There's no way that 1 bullet's gonna take me out. You know.
It's an 1877 bullet, so if they
true.
miss and they hit me in the shoulder,
They got like 32%
shoulder,
accuracy, so.
Yeah, and plus, let's be honest, I'd survive a 50 cal shot at point blank range.
Easy.
I'm built different.
Yeah, you are.
I am built
There's
different.
no arguing that.
But like if I survive the firing squad, do I get to like live? Probably not. And same with the hanging. You don't get to live. You're not half hanged, Tobin, you know?
Wasn't there someone that said,
here's my big thing.
Didn't someone survive?
There's a couple people like half hanged Mary or
Yeah.
half hanged Tom or something.
How about this?
But,
How about this? You hang me, I drop, I hit the end. I got 5 people. They all shoot me, and then someone comes up and just lops my head off.
Yeah, I'm like
Let's make
I
a spectacle of it. Sell pay-per-view.
I hang. You shoot me full of bullets, a lot of bullets, and then you decapitate me. And as my body hits the ground, I'm like a pinata. You guys and the kids get to collect the bullets.
Yes. Whoever gets the most bullets gets
Okay,
the most
I like
candy.
that. Yeah, gets to take the body home.
They get the Laffy Taffy.
It's banana flavored.
Yeah.
So you're fucked.
The other kids get the runts.
But I have to say this, I have a hard time with like my body being like if there's no blood in my execution, I prefer that.
So you want like a gas chamber or electric chair?
No, I'll do hanging. I'm okay with hanging. Like you're not bleeding for the most part. Like I'll have a broken neck, internal bleeding for sure. But like firing squad and decapitation, I don't like the mutilation part of it. You know what I mean?
Let's see.
Bullet holes and all that kind of shit. Like hanging's bad, but like,
You know, it's like drowning or dying by fire. Like, I think I'd rather drown because the idea of all my skin being burnt off and like my eyes bursting out of my head is like horribly haunting to me, rather than just being like, we pulled him out of the water and he's kind of gray.
So
you know?
another question: if I do firing squad, are my hands bound?
I would assume so.
Because if they aren't bound,
Blindfold.
if like I've got like 13 seconds to like left, and I'm like sitting there, I'm gonna hit the gritty.
You catch a bullet. You can hit the gritty with your hands tied behind your
No,
back.
you can't.
It's a new
No,
gritty.
you absolutely cannot. Knowing what's happening.
You could dislocate your shoulders, spin them around real quick. Like, what do you have to lose?
It is
You're
you
gonna die. You don't have to
use your knees to hit your hands up.
You have
to
to
your face.
relocate your You don't have to relocate your shoulders, or you're fine. Anyway, he chose
Not the gritty.
drum roll, firing squad. So, in his final words before his sentence was carried out at Mountain Meadows. Oh shit! They shot him at Mountain Meadows.
I still think that'd be
The
my.
same place he
with all the jokes aside, I think that'd be my third choice. Firing squad.
over decapitation.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would assume the decapitation
What's
would
your
be
first hanging?
immediate. Honestly, like decapitation would probably be first for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. about
Severing the spinal cord immediately. Like if it's a clean, good chop and my head is gone, there's no like double chop, no triple chop, one single chop, my head's gone. That's what I'm taking.
that. And he just goes, "You're chopped, unk,"
Yeah.
and then fucking cut your head off.
There you go.
One chop.
You're so cooked,
Unk.
chopped, unk.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're cooked. No, I don't want to die by cooked. I want to die by drowning.
Oh,
You want to be cooked and chopped.
I could jump in a big old vat.
I want to be drippy. I want to hang out and be drippy.
That's fair. I just don't want my my toes
anyway.
to do something weird. You know, put shoes on me. I want people to see my toes do something weird while I'm being hanged.
Oh, with your hanging?
Yeah, I feel like you're.
That's your worst.
I feel like your toe.
Your shoes are the worst of your issues.
Yeah, if I get to pick my shoes, all right, I'll do the hanging. But like, I don't want my toes to
Okay,
do
that's pretty
something
cool.
weird. You know, I don't want people.
I just get platform shoes.
I don't want
really like
I don't want my toes to be like a
comically
medium.
long platform shoes.
Uh-huh.
So when they hang me, I just can stand.
There's
there.
like goldfish swimming around in them.
Yeah, eels.
Eels, nice.
They're long. They're long
You're
shoes.
classy eels. Yeah.
So I just hit it and they burst, and it's like a broken fish tank, and all the fish are dying as I'm dying, and we're all flopping around.
It's beautiful.
I did not think this through. So his final words before his sentence was carried out in Mountain Meadows on March 23rd of 1877, Lee said that he was a scapegoat for others involved. Yeah, bitch, but you also did it. Brigham Young stated that Lee's fate was just, but it was not a sufficient blood atonement given the enormity of the crime. So he's like, yeah, he deserved it, but we should have killed more of our people, of these Mormon leaders. And today, the Mountain Meadows site is now a memorial maintained with help from the LDS Church and descendants of both the victims and perpetrators. And if you go there, you can still find the unmarked graves of the Baker Fancher party amongst the swaying tall grass. So it is still a memorial that people visit. So I bet if you live in Utah, you're very much aware of this massacre
Yeah.
to some degree.
If there's a massacre like that in my state, I'd know about it. You know.
I mean, you didn't know that they dropped you didn't know they dropped an atomic bomb in your backyard for like a hot minute.
What are you talking about?
You talked about the story when the Japanese floated a balloon over that had like a bomb attached to it,
Yeah.
and then it landed in like a bog. Do you remember?
It didn't
that?
go off.
I know, but did you know that they fucking
No.
dropped a bomb on Oregon?
But
and
if
it
a
just didn't
nuke
go
went off in Oregon, then yeah, I probably would have not been alive.
Oh, you're saying that the action has to be completed, like the horrible
Yeah.
tragedy has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair, but there's probably.
Yeah.
Remember that guy that got remember that guy that did all the booby traps in Oregon,
Yeah.
and the cop got shot.
Yeah, remember-
and he got rolled over by like a jacuzzi tub.
Remember that one time I missed the game-winning shot for the state championship? No, because it didn't happen.
Okay, fair. But that bomb did land in a bowl.
Yeah. The Bog Boys. The Bog Boys caught it. They ate it up. They loved
Bog
it.
bomb.
They loved it.
Well, that's my story for today. So that's the massacre at Mountain Meadows.
Amazing. I mean, not amazing, but
Wow.
interesting. Wow.
You're next. Firing squad.
So
Your least favorite. What do they go? They go rank them 1 to 3.
yeah,
And you do it, and they go, okay, we're picking your least favorite one.
and we're purposely gonna just hit you in the feet and hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
man. All right.
What do you got for me?
All right, Tobin. This week's story comes by request from a longtime listener, Liz Silverhammer, which I'm confused a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. It's embarrassing because I know the name, but when I click on her Instagram account, her name is Ebby Smith.
Brother,
And so I'm very
get your story
confused.
straight.
I'm very confused on what her actual name is at this point. I know the Instagram handle. I'm confused on what her name is. So you can clarify that with us. That it's confusing. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Liz Silverhammer. If that's your
is
real
confusing.
name, it sounds like a
porn star name.
No, I was gonna say warlock. Okay. Jesus. I was gonna say like D&D character, like
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What porn are you watching?
So this week's topic is Robert Rip Tip Ripley.
That sounds like a porn name. Rip Tip?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Leroy Robert Ripley might be a name that does not immediately jump out at you. But I have a hard time believing anyone listening to this podcast does not know this man's life work.
I could believe it.
Rob Rip was born February 22nd, 1890, like I said earlier, and passed away May 27th, 1949. Whoa, spoiler alert. Yeah, this dude's been dead for a very long time. Rob Rip was an American cartoonist, entrepreneur, and amateur anthropologist.
What is that? Oh, anthropologist.
Yeah, but he is known for creating the one and only Ripley's Believe It or Not.
No, I don't believe you.
You don't have to.
When you said Ripley,
You're gonna.
When you said Ripley, I was like, it's either alien or Believe It or Not.
Yeah. Where'd I go here? Oh, I scrolled too far. Ripley's Believe It or Not, which over the years has been a newspaper series, television show, and radio show, but most importantly, the big old shiny book in every orthodontist's office.
Yeah.
Getting my braces tightened was always highlighted by seeing that freaky bitch with the 5-foot-long fingernails.
Okay, wait, hold up. You said shiny book, and I'm not doubting that Ripley's has a book. But are you thinking of Guinness Book?
I did realize after I was writing this that those were two separate things, but they're kind of not. They're kind of not.
Really?
We'll get into that because they're kind of not different. But no, they're definitely books.
Okay.
So I thought, much like us here at Camp Strange, this guy was a collector of freaks, geeks, and goofs. But I was unaware of his cartoon career. His cartoons and what the fuck? What are you doing? we got a dog in the office. Hold on.
What the dog doing?
What is the dog doing? Oh my!
What'd it do?
Oh, what are you doing, little lady? Go lay down.
What is she doing?
I think she has a sticker attached to the bottom of her foot, and she's freaking the fuck out. Come here.
Oh, that's a football.
Come here. Go lay down. You're fine.
What was she doing? Eating a pear? She take the sticker off the pear?
Shout out to all them.
Shout out to pear. You don't eat the sticker on the pear? Of course I eat the sticker.
Tastes like sand. So yeah, I was unaware of his cartoon career. His cartoons and writing ranged from sports to writing about unknown exotic locations. Just a reminder, this was it was late 1800s
1890.
to early 1890 to the
47.
Yeah.
1947.
Yeah. So back then, it's like apparently we didn't have planes. So
He's like, have you
hearing
heard?
about Thailand is crazy.
I was about to say, he's like, have you heard of New Jersey? Bunch of freaks there.
So Rob Rip also included readers submitted photos and stories about small town American trivial things, including things like real fucked up looking vegetables and ugly pets, which he would usually include his own original artwork of, because back then photographs were, not as easy to come across, and mailing those.
Oh, you want me to bring my camera all the way out to your fucked up carrot? Not gonna happen, asshole.
Well, my silver, what is that shit called? The silver screen photos.
Yeah, where they put that dye on it, and they're like, just okay, now hold the carrot there for 14 and a half minutes. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Can I put
trying to get your fucked up dog to sit still for 14 minutes.
I'm like, can I put the fucked up carrot next to my dead child? You know how they used to do that? Like your child died, and you're just like, well, we want a family portrait still, and they're just like,
this is the best photo we're ever gonna get.
Prop 'em
oh
up.
my god, what are you doing? You were invited to this recording session because I thought you were gonna behave, and now you're freaking the fuck out.
That dog does not like.
She's out here breakdancing, doing head spins and windmills and shit. All right,
Kill it.
Tillamook, you're a good girl. I would never. I'd kill myself before I killed this dog.
I'll do that first then.
Yeah. So Ripley was born in Santa Rosa, California.
Wait, what?
And dropped out of. What?
That's like a town up from my hometown, like 2 towns up.
Yeah. You didn't know this?
No.
He's buried there.
No, Santa Rosa. They really gave a lot of shine to Charles Schultz, another cartoonist, and everything's Charlie Brown up there. And Ripley,
fucking Charlie Brown.
Well, they have all these statues of Charlie Brown, but like each statue, like they have like the statue. It's kind of like those electrical boxes.
Been trying to kick a football?
No, they allow you to paint your Charlie or your Snoopy whatever you want to paint it. So it's like some people paint him as like Joe Cool, some people paint him as like a Hawaiian traveler, some people paint him as like paint him as like a mechanic. But I feel like it'd be a lot harder if like Ripley, they're like, yeah, we got the statue of the fucking quadriplegic dog with the cucumber that looks like a dick.
So, do you guys have like small Snoopies that you get to paint?
They're not small. They're about 4 feet tall, and they're like in different like city center areas. Like one will be in front of the public library, one will be in front of the airport. Like the one in front of the airport looks like Aviator Snoopy. The one in front of the library looks like I don't know, like Joe Cool or something. It's like they try to.
That's fun.
Yeah, they have them all over the town.
Well, we ripped that off in Eugene because we have duck statues everywhere that people like artists painted them, but they're like 6 feet tall, like 4 feet wide, like they're big.
Yeah, that's about the same thing. You guys might have them a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like those.
There's a couple of our airport and stuff, and
very like
all over
very
the place.
like anything north of Northern California. It's kind of like hippie coded. You know what I mean? Like. Oregon and Northern California be like doing that. They're like, we love art. Hey, and you know what? I love art too. So like, I'm glad I was raised in a town that does that. But like, it's kind of funny if like somebody comes from out of town. They're like, yeah, Snoopy's all over the fucking town.
How many do you think there are?
Oh, I would say 20 to 30, maybe more. Honestly, wait.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you're saying everyone got their own Snoopy.
No. Like they give it out to artists.
So it's the exact same thing. I would say there's probably like 30 of them.
Yes. I wonder if they actually have a number on here. Santa Rosa Snoopy. Oh, holy shit. Over 120 unique Peanuts character sculptures. Includes many of Snoopy. Holy shit. There's apparently 120 of them. Santa Rosa is pretty big. Makes sense. Wow.
Damn, these things are so old. I feel like I would have a hard time finding the information.
Oh,
on
look. Okay, the dapper Snoopy with the handlebar mustache can be found in front of Aroma Roasters Coffee and Tea at Railroad Square. And Snoopy and his Joe Cool persona is at the Chops Teen Club. Chops? Chopped and Unk Teen Club? Chopped Unk Club. And then, wait, Egyptian-style Snoopy is among the several peanut statues on display at the Flamingo Conference Resort.
You say penis video? Did you say penis?
It's peanuts, like the peanuts, like they're peanuts. They're.
I swear I've talked about this on this podcast before, but it's got to be a hot minute. Is that there was a VHS tape? Yes, I'm old. That my brother, sister, and I used to watch all the time, and in the trailers, there was a thing for like peanut videos, but there was a guy who would always it would start off and this guy would go, "You want to talk about penis videos?" And he would say peanuts so quickly that it sounded like he was saying, "You want to talk about penis videos?" And we used to rewind it and rewatch it over and over again, and we thought it was the funniest fucking thing we'd ever seen. It was, "Oh, you want to talk about penis videos?"
Yes, yeah.
And it might have been like the Rugrats like orange VHS tape.
Oh, I see.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's those
But
little things.
It was the funniest thing that every now and then we'll hit each other with a, "You want to talk about penis videos?"
Only 3 people understand it, but it'll always hit.
I want to find that video on like YouTube just to have the digital backing of it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to find
So
it.
you got a penis statue number for me?
Yeah, it's 100 and looks like it's 133 now. They have one.
Okay. We have 6.
Look at this shit. I know nobody else can see this, and I know you just want us to get to the stories. But look at this shit. They got.
Oh, you got a whole map,
Dude, look, they have pictures of every one. You click one, and it'll
That's cool.
Wait, it'll bring you to like they have Woodstock, they have Snoopy, they got like the one out in Bodega Bay. You go like all the way here, and then that's like a snorkeling one. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Anyway,
That's good.
Okay,
So I now know that ours is called Ducks on Parade.
like bulls on parade.
But we have kind of, but we have 61 of them around Oregon.
Okay, that's
Which I would say Eugene, but it looks like some of them are on the coast,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are like Hoodoo Ski Lodge, things like that. But there's a couple. There's a really good one at the Oregon Airport that is like a beaver. It's painted like a beaver who is dressed up as a duck.
Okay.
Like it looks like a beaver, and then they put like string tied behind its head, like the bill
that's cool.
is tied to it.
I like
That's
that.
that's one of my favorite ones.
That's a
I think
fun
that one's
one.
fun. Yeah. But what the fuck are we talking about, huh?
Your last time we talked about
so
he's in Santa Rosa. That's where he's from.
Yeah. So Ripley was born in Santa Rosa, California, and dropped out of high school at the age of 16 when his father passed away, so he could help support his family. He got his first job jobs as a sports cartoonist for various newspapers, which I'm assuming in the 1890s, it was an easy way to like draw a picture of the games to get it. Like it was easier to do that than having like a photograph mailed. And so he would probably just like, I don't know, draw a picture of like a generic person wearing one sports outfit, shooting a jump shot over someone wearing the other team's thing. And it'd be like, oh, the Knickerbockers beat the...
Go on.
Who's another? It's the Celtics. I'm trying to think of like another old basketball team.
Hoosiers.
No, that's an NBA and a college team.
I know, but it's an old. It's the first thing I think when I think of old basketball.
Yeah. So yeah, in 1913, he made the big move from California to the Big Apple, New York City, which is the part that I was like, holy shit, he did that without a plane.
Oh yeah, he walked.
He had, I mean, what he was riding, what was a Model T? What are those things called?
No, he probably fucking took a train.
We didn't have those. This is America.
Probably went to San Francisco and took a train out there. If I had to guess.
Crazy. How long would that take?
Probably
Like 2 weeks?
I think now it takes 3 to 5 days.
I bet it's slower now than it was back then.
You think?
It's kind of hard to say, though, because I feel like back then there weren't so many things like getting in your way, but now trains are faster, so it's kind of hard to... Not sure.
3 days and 6 hours now from San Francisco to New York, but I had to guess it probably took a lot longer back then. Was it in 1903?
That'd be kind of fun. We should do that. We should do that and then record episodes on the train.
Yeah, 4 days. It took about 4 days. Just like... Okay.
Interview random people what they think about Bigfoot. So while drawing his cartoons for the New York Globe, he created his first Believe It or Not cartoon, and it was published December 19th, 1918. This first cartoon was titled Champs and Chumps, which illustrated daring sports and extreme activities. So I think it was like people achieving unbelievable feats and people catastrophically failing those.
I used to watch those fail compilations of like sports when I was younger. My grandma had like a VHS that was like guy shoving a pole vault through his fucking head, and then we're all like, ah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those ones you throw on when you're just like, you're so tired of trying to pick what to watch.
Mm-hmm. I'm like,
the other night, my wife and I watched like a 20-minute video of someone's pet raccoon ranking goldfish.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
It's pretty awesome. It was a big surprise who won.
He's like,
you would never guess.
After he eats them all, he's like, definitely firing squad.
Hanging. So this part of the paper quickly gained praise and became a staple for the New York Globe. Speaking of sports, this is what we call a curveball. In 1919, at the age of 29, Ripley married 14-year-old film actress Beatrice Roberts. What the fuck?
He's like,
she was 14. He was 15 years older than
he's
her.
like, don't believe it. Whatever you do, they're liars.
Yeah.
Don't believe it.
The rules were different back
like,
then. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Most of the things I tell you are true. This one's not true. They're all fucking liars. She's mature for her age.
She's a film star.
The camera adds 18 years.
Yeah. This motherfucker needs to add himself to his little book of freaks.
It's like, believe it or not, I'm a horny freak. Believe it or not, I groomed this child. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
This dude's ugly as shit, too. So in 1922, Ripley set sail around the world, collecting his freaks and champions, publishing his travel journal in the newspapers. It didn't take long to see he became obsessed with the strange and unusual, and it became his passion outside of being a pedophile. In 1926,
that's his biggest passion.
In 1926, Ripley's cartoons moved from the New York Globe to the big-time hotshot, the New York Post. Although throughout the 20s, Ripley continued to broaden his scope of his work and his popularity, it started to snowball quite a bit. And although Ripley had his wacky stuff, he still continued to write about sports and published a guide to the game of handball in 1925.
Brother, what the fuck? No one wants to read that shit.
Well, hold on, though, because a year later, he was crowned the champion of New York State in handball. So he knew his shit.
He's like, handball? He's like, you ever played handball? And the guy from 1835 is like, yeah, I know handball. He just starts jerking off, and he's like, no, we have different meanings for handball. Okay.
He was a champion because he won by all forfeits. He was the one playing the game.
Yeah, apparently.
So shortly after, he wrote a guidebook to the sport of boxing. But as far as I know, he did not become a boxing champion due to his glass jaw and extreme overbite. He either got knocked out or disqualified for trying to eat his opponent's gloves.
This is fake, right?
Have you ever seen this guy?
No. Should I Google him?
Google him real quick.
Ripley? What's his name?
Because that
What's
Robert Ripley. This joke will be way that joke will be way funnier than he looks like.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna say it again. He either got knocked out or disqualified for trying to eat his opponent's gloves.
Yo, this guy's parents are mice. Holy shit. This is wild. I'm sorry. Oh, he's smoking a big ass cigar in this picture. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, he wrote that book in 1926, but he bit them gloves in 1927.
Yeah.
So with his fame, he did not only draw the attention of fans, but investors. Publishing mogul William Randolph Hearst liked what he saw, and with his management of King Feature Syndicate, he worked with Ripley to get his Believe It or Not segment in 360 different newspapers covering 17 languages worldwide. Truly becoming a big-time writer, Ripley collected all of his writings to combine them together to create the first Ripley's Believe It or Not book that I guess we don't all know and love today, but some of us know and love today. A little fun fact is that Ripley released a panel in a newspaper on November 3rd, 1929, where in his Believe It or Not, he stated that America did not have a national anthem, which was true.
Whoa.
He brought attention to the fact that even though we had been using the Star-Spangled Banner, it was never officially made our national anthem by any law or anything official.
Whoa.
In 1931, Herbert Hoover officially adopted the Star-Spangled Banner as the national anthem for the United States and did the correct paperwork and all the official stuff to make that a fact. So before that, he called it out. I was like, hey, no one ever actually signed off on this. This isn't an official thing.
That's crazy,
so
though.
Hoover, yeah. In one of America's darkest times in our history, Ripley was thriving during the Great Depression. It was said that he netted $500,000 a year during the Great Depression, which would be just under $10 million in 2025.
Shit.
Which people make, $10 million obviously is a lot of money, but that's not insane. But then you also have to factor in right now, if we were going through the Great Depression and people were eating their kids to survive, and this guy's making $10 million a year,
Wait. Are people eating their kids in America?
Oh yeah, Great Depression, man. In Alaska, people are eating their babies and shit.
Wait, in Alaska?
You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Where the fuck did you see this?
There's photos of that shit, man. They were selling their fucking baby.
Holy shit. Alaska makes...
You ever seen this?
No, Alaska makes sense, though. I was like, that's a Russia thing, but Alaska's pretty close to Russia, so I feel like you'd be doing that up there. Holy crap.
Are you Googling it?
No, I don't want to Google that.
Make sure I'm not making that up.
Are you? Are you?
Maybe I'm thinking of the potato famine.
Oh my God, there's a big fucking difference. Wait, did people eat their babies during the Great Depression? They say, while cannibalism was not a widespread phenomenon during the Great Depression, there are scattered reports and anecdotal accounts of extreme cases of starvation and desperation leading to cannibalism, including the consumption of children's flesh. Glad I learned that.
All right. So I guess I wasn't way off. I wasn't just making that up. There's you can at least Google it and something comes up.
It says that, yeah, this mainly happened more in like Soviet Union and Ukraine during like their global conflicts and hardships, but rather than primarily the Great Depressions, the American Great Depression. So not very common.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that during a time where people were as desperate as you could be, this dude is basically making $10 million a year.
Fucked up.
Yeah. So at this time, Ripley employed a large staff of researchers, artists, translators, and secretaries to filter out what stories were worthy of books and, telling. I loved. Oh man, what if we had a secretary that just fucking brought stories to us?
Oh, that'd be so nice.
I'm gonna do this shit forever if someone was doing that.
That's the hardest part.
Someone's writing this shit and just sending it to me. Oh man. So
somebody
Ripley's
just
Tales
did all the work. I'd do the work.
Yeah, be great. Oh man, I'd be so chipper. Ripley's Tales took him all over, and he started a radio show where he broadcasted from places like the bottom of the Grand Canyon and inside of snake pits.
Whoa.
Et cetera, et cetera. Warner Brothers gave him the chance to make a few short films to be played in theaters. Another one of his many ventures was opening his museums, which are all over the place. So much so that there is one not too far from me on the Oregon coast. It's a random spot, but they have a big old gorilla made out of old tires, so that's cool.
Whoa.
And there's also a wax museum there, and if you go to their website,
shit,
Premier Max.
No, we
walked by.
Yeah, I was in that town. That's Newport.
Yeah. It was at my bachelor party.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And if you go to their website, their like hot ticket wax statue that they put on the logo and everything would be Psy. Opum Gundam style.
Stop.
I swear to God, if you go to their website right now, like that's the character that they are headlining.
Do they get a lot of business out there?
I don't. I've walked by that thing 20 times, never been inside of it, but that might change.
Wow.
That might change. Like all good things, there are always hurdles. World travel became basically impossible during World War II, so Ripley concentrated on charities in 1948, which is like very nice that he was making that much money and decided to actually be charitable about it. On their 20th anniversary year of the Believe It or Not series, the radio show came to its end, and it spawned a television show.
Whoop.
This was a bit of a gamble by Ripley because at this time, not many American households actually had televisions. Everyone had radios, not that many people had TVs. The show lasted 13 episodes, not due to it being successful or not, but due to Ripley's health. It took a quick turn and quickly went downhill, and on May 27th, 1949, at the age of 59, Leroy Robert Ripley died of a heart attack in New York City. Ripley's ideas and legacy live on in Ripley Entertainment, a company bearing his name that has been owned since 1985 by the Jim Pattison Group. So I thought that was kind of interesting, though, is that some random dude, Jim Pattison, just like made a thing, like basically stole the whole identity of Believe It or Not, but then like kind of like lived on the legacy.
What do you mean?
This was also
because he bought the company.
Well, he like bought the rights and started doing all this other stuff. Like he expanded on it.
He brought it into the modern
like,
age.
But it's just weird that he died in 1949 and this started in 1985.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like KFC got shut down and it's been closed for 50 years, and then all of a sudden some guy's like KFC, and you're like, well, Colonel Sanders didn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like if KFC shut down after Colonel Sanders died or something, because it got shut down, right?
for like half a decade. Came back.
Half a decade or half a millennium. It was 50 years or 5 years.
No, it was from 49 to 85.
Oh, okay. So almost 40 years, or a little less than 40 years. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, but like there's cachet in the name, and that's why I think he's like, which is weird because it doesn't seem like there's cachet. Like, is there cachet in the name because we know about the 80s version, or were people in the 80s?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, were people in the 80s like,
it's confusing.
Ripley still has a presence, like were the books still like everybody had a Ripley's book, or everybody like remembered Ripley, so when they brought it back it was like hyped up or something, or was it just like, let me just like buy his back stock of weird shit? Like, I wonder what he purchased. Was it just naming rights, or did he get like a guy that could pop his fucking eyeballs out of his head and a
That's what I'm saying.
skeletal
It's confusing
mermaid?
because this happened 5 years before I was born. So like,
It is interesting. It is interesting. But
and it would make sense if it was like Jim Ripley, his like great grandson or his grandson or whatever.
Yeah.
But
what's the equivalent? What's
but-
something that shut down in like the 50s? Like that's like if I brought back like what's like a fucking candy that doesn't exist anymore?
Rocket Pop.
No, that exists. Yeah, see, everything I know is I don't know any fucking like Necco wafer. Like, oh, it brought back Necco wafer.
But those are still around.
They are still around. I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of weird though, huh?
Okay, so but regardless, so like Jim Pattinson said he did it in his honor. This group features publications of oddities and public attractions, including Ripley's Aquarium, Ripley's Museums, Ripley's Haunted Adventure, Ripley's Island, Ripley's Mini Golf and Arcade, Ripley's Pizzagate, Ripley's Moving Theater, Ripley's
Pizzagate?
Sightseeing Trains, Ripley's Middle School for Girls, Guinness World Records, attractions, and Louis Tussaud wax museums.
Ripley's.
I threw
School
three.
for Glo-
I threw 3 in there, making jokes about him being a pedophile. I'm sorry.
I see.
I said Ripley's Island, Ripley's Pizzagate,
I see. Also,
and Ripley's Middle School.
I was like, I'm like, wow, he must have been very charitable to open up a school for girls. But the other thing that's interesting is like this guy might have just been like a huge fan of Ripley's, believe it or not, as a kid, and then when he got older, he was like, I want to bring this back, because honestly, he could have just put his name on it. I don't think that Ripley's name had like that much cachet. I just saw his like grave or whatever, his tombstone. I live near his tombstone. I've never even known it was up there. So like,
well, so I'm gonna tell you one thing that's crazy though. A stat that I saw is that when he was at his peak, more people wrote him letters than the president.
whoa. But that's what I'm saying. Back then, sure. But like, after he died, like even 20 years, I bet like he didn't have like a ton of people coming to his grave like people do with like, I don't know, Michael Jackson or some shit.
So one thing you might have missed during that super long list that I was reading off is that the Jim Pattison group,
He had Guinness. He has Guinness.
He also owns the Guinness World Record books and the Louis Tussaud wax museums. That's why you always see those 3 things together.
Louis Tussaud. I thought it was Madame Tussaud.
I mean, it might be Tussaud, but it's Louis.
Oh,
Louis Tussaud.
interesting. Yeah, the ones
Which
that
might be Madame Louise.
you might
Tussaud.
probably. Well, those wax statues freak me out. That makes sense because I think like they have a Ripley's and a fucking Madame Tussauds on Hollywood Boulevard, but I've never been in either one because.
Well, so the one in Newport, the one on the coast, it's the same building. They're combined.
Ah, that makes sense. Because then they'll have like some fucked up looking guy who pops his eyes out in the break. He's also a wax statue. Look at him, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
Whoa.
So this is the end of my story, but I had an idea that I want to challenge you to.
I'm scared.
Before the next episode, let's go hit up some Goodwills. Let's go find if we can find a Ripley's Believe It or Not book. And I'll even open it up in case you cannot find a Ripley's Believe It or Not book. Open it up to the Guinness World Record book. And
So let me get
go buy them for $2.
So let me get this right. I'm going to open up the Ripley's book to the Guinness book. I'm going to hopefully open up the Ripley's book, and inside there will be a Guinness book.
And there's a good chance that we are not going to have the same year because they pump those bitches out every year.
Mm-hmm.
And next episode we just bring some stories straight out of the books, some of our favorites.
Have you seen an LA Goodwill? Those things fucking suck.
Yeah, but you know for a fact that there are going to be 20 to 45 of these books in them.
Bitch, I'll go to the.
No one's touching.
I'm gonna
the
go
books.
to the library. I know they got them there.
All right, then you pick a random year.
I'll pick a
and
random
I will go
year
get
from the
one.
library, and we can go through and spat off.
I just think it'd be fun because it was requested that we did this guy, but we didn't really dive into like the content of
his freaks.
His freaks, his goofs, his gaffs, his nerds, his geeks.
Was he like a exploitative fucking Barnum and Bailey's type guy, or was he just like?
No, I don't. It's kind of hard to say because like he wasn't capturing them like Pokemon. Like he was just writing about.
Yeah. So he's just like taking pictures. I mean, like sure, you could argue it's exploitative and stuff like that, but like I guess he didn't have people like in like, hey, we got like a guy who's like a little person and some guy who has like elephantitis.
He went and saw the lobster boy. He didn't catch the lobster boy.
Yeah, I also like question it sometimes too, where I'm like, I don't know if I was like born with whatever, like something that people found circus worthy. I'm like, you're making money, and all you got to do is stand there, but like at what cost? Because like, but like at the same time, like, do you have a better life because you're like a part of like Barnum and Bailey's, but like you just have to deal with like the emotional toll, but like you actually have like a nice ass house and like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And people go, you sell your soul. And I'm like, bitch, you only say that because, like, you weren't born with lobster hands, asshole.
Yeah, you can't do
You're
this.
just jealous. I have lobster hand.
I'm worth something.
Yeah, normie. Get the fuck out of here. Go do your taxes, bitch. Go buy a baguette and fucking go see a movie. Fuck you.
Go sit and spin.
Yeah. Spin on it. Spit on it. When I told Lobster Boy to spit on it, so okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. This is so bad.
I got burned with butter.
But like
hot butter.
But you ever wonder? You ever wonder what that lobster hand feels like?
No, not at all. I honestly never have.
Can't wait for you to go to bed tonight and think about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
I catch David trying to form his hand into a lobster claw. I'm like, "What are you doing, bud?" He's like, nothing. It's just nothing. It's nothing.
It's just duct tape.
I'm just a crustacean. Leave me alone. Okay. And on that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love telling you stories. We love you to stick around and listen. If you guys want any more information, you go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram or rate, review, subscribe on whatever you're listening to this on, or click the link in the bio. I don't think we fixed the merch thing for like a fucking long ass time. Oh my God, I got to go in and look at that.
What's wrong? I've never looked at it, so I don't know.
They blocked something because of they said I needed like update information or something like that. So they're like, we're stopping everything, and I was like, okay, and I totally forgot about it. Shit. Oh God. Okay, I'll look into
Who
it.
gives a shit? Oh, we missed out on 2 T-shirt sales. Oh fuck!
Oh, there goes $4. Anyway, we love you guys, and David, do you have anything to say before we get the hell out of here?
Release the Epstein files.
Ripley Island. Don't go there. It's
Yeah,
real bad.
Ripley Island.
Ripley Island.
Rippy Island. Yeah, I've been trying to go shred at Rippy Island all the time.
Drippy. Is it grippy? Sorry. He just keeps saying horrible shit. And of course, don't forget to stay strange.